Is this you and your mates in alliance raids at the moment? Quite possibly. Let's face it, this particular situation is plaguing a lot of alliances, and yeah, okay, some people have got through it. You've got my thumbs up and seal of approval, well done. But of course, there's a lot of people that have really struggled with this, and Invisible Woman is a bit of a ball ache. There are some factors to it that are not exactly fair, and again, this is something that I don't know, you know, Kabam do these situations where they're like, I tell you what, we're going to put this in. We think it works. We haven't thoroughly tested it with the community yet, so we're just going to throw it at them. See if they don't like. Oh, they don't like it. Okay, back to the drawing board. It's actually working as standard. Assuming they speak like that. They may do. I don't know what goes on in that game team room. But let's look into it. I've seen a few people mentioning about Hood being a problem, the Hood boss. That's something that maybe is worth looking at, and also some way that it's just, you know, some of these champions are put together. And as we do know, it's only when we find out by us playing it that we know that it may not be brilliant. And maybe it's, I think it's the game team are aware of some issues with that one, but also the main thing we'll come back to. Do you have your eyes on the Invisible Woman shield bug? And the answer is yes, they're looking at it. There's a bit of a conflicting thing with how Kabam, members of Kabam staff are kind of looking at addressing it or kind of giving their thoughts on it. We'll have to see in a minute. Let's go on a journey. Okay. So when we had these updated pools, Kabam obviously had their pitch of, with this latest round of raids, we're shifting the approach to each of the champion pools and have removed some champions and added more. We want to continue to encourage folks to bring a variety of champions and tackle the latest challenges ahead. Below are the list of each of the updated pools. Obviously, we're not going to cover that in the video, but it's quite funny, as pointed out, that it aged like fine wine with it. With I'm pretty certain I'm tactician, which I'm not looking forward to, and I'm already considering what I'm doing right now. I was actually meant to go into, when I'm recording this video tonight, which was the 1st of October, I was meant to go in, but I'm gonna have to message the lads to say I might not be able to go in because I'm thinking about ranking up a champion or two that maybe able to do this, and then decide to go in, and I don't know whether or not I might go Adam Warlock. I've seen some people use Venom, but I'm in two minds with it. I really am. What's the best kind of like approach for it with it? You know, this player, I think kind of like captures it pretty well. Lo and behold, the tactician champions that can hit 12% on Invisible Woman before rank 3, quite the generous pool. Although indeed Adam Warlock can hit the cap, but he'll also get destroyed by AI 9 out of 10 times. All for that one end fight screenshot, baby. Yeah, not many people are having a, as we know, people are not having a very good time with this. Where was the note? There was a note from somebody that I really wanted to bring in. We'll come to that. I think we're working on these the research that I've done for this. So the issue is similar to Alliance War. Some of the options just don't work. So why put them there just for laughs? See people choose them and chuckle as they struggle, or is it to let us know, or let us be testers? I think that may be the case. Personally, I looked at the entire lineup and thought, okay, so these people will be annoying with miss. Never even thought about Invisible Woman and a stacked shield. I think that's the kind of the main thing, isn't it? The stacked shield being a frustration. And that's what I looked at it and went, okay, this is going to be fun because we'll be able to kind of either bring miss counters and it'll work, or don't bring miss counters and see what we can do. Because the first time you go into something, we don't even know. And it looks in some ways that maybe Kabam don't even know what's going on, especially if the stacked shield is a bit broken and what they plan to do with it. Everybody's talking to you about Ironheart. Like, dude, I don't have her as a 6-star. I'm jealous of everybody's got him a 6-star. And the amount of times I've had a recommendation, 6-star, like, man, I now want that champion. Yeah. It is, and everyone bring along Ironheart or other champions they found to be good, and 2 duds to make up the team to get the raid charge for her. Anyway, moving on, maybe that's not completely relevant to the topic. The Superior Iron Man, nukes her, great. Maybe that's my option as a tactician to do that. Hulkbuster and Mole Man are good options too. Still both are champions that can't easily be acquired or duped. Yeah, I'm thinking about what the... I am thinking about Hulkbuster. I've seen plenty of people talk about Hulk. I've been pushing Hulkbuster for bloody ages, and then all of a sudden he's become all relevant again. Anyway, Hulkbuster, yeah, I don't think it applies for my tactician. At least I can't remember. God, that's the thing. You got to remember that. Let's have a quick look. Under tactician. No, I don't think he's there. But the other, I think it applies for Vanguard. Must be Vanguard. That he applies for, but definitely not my tactician. Which is great. Obviously, that's as an example for those particular roles. But obviously, for me, my role doesn't really apply. Anyway, back to that point that I thought was quite interesting. I think Shu brought this up because he asked the question. We'll try and actually enlarge this just so you can see this a bit better on the screen. Let's zoom in as well. Kowalski magnify. There we go. So Shu asked the question, on Prowler, when he's sat on the nodes that require you to punish specials and heavies to build and array favor, how is he meant to be done? From what I remember, you can't punish his specials because of the miss. Assume you would have to punish his heavy attack. When you do enough heavy punishing and gain the vigilance, can you start punishing the specials? Of course, we're talking about the raid boon rotation of like accessing the vigilance that you get, the vigilance passive. Good response. Yep, you could punish him freely once you have the vigilance from the nodes, as soon as you got the boon. And of course, that's based on just tackling him. So good luck to the process of that one. Yeah, so that's maybe how you kind of like do it. It's very fine. It'll be very fine art to get those heavies off cleanly, but you've got to find a way to take down Prowler. And this is why I was either saying in my recommendations video is either you go miscounter champions, or you find a way to kind of like utilize that. But we don't know. It's always the first time, suck it and see if it works. If it doesn't, then try something else. Of course, Invisible Woman is the problem. The shield looks buffed, broken even. For the shield looks broken for her, and that ain't good, is it? Not at all. What's Kutch saying? So, Kabam going to be do anything about this because it's not at least send us 90 raid tokens back. At this stage, I don't think Kabam are going to be doing anything about it just yet. They are eyes on it. They will likely do something about it, but probably won't be done this cycle. They'll probably let you suffer now, and yeah, take it. You got to take it from there. And we got like some info on this earlier today. Or earlier yesterday, because by the way, I'm putting MCN out earlier so I can make this a separate video because there's other matters. Obviously, this is a big matter to discuss because there's lots of bits to it. Hey folks, the Invisible Woman fight is working properly. I brought this to the team for a deeper investigation earlier today. Her shield is normally based off 10% of her health, but the version in Raid is actually tuned down to 2%. Since you need to remove her shield before noticing any meaningful damage, it's going to seem like you may not be doing anything to her. Once you build charges with your team, the shield goes down a lot faster, and you'll see the giant numbers that you used to. That being said, these fights are open to tuning and balance in certainly might change based off of feedback, but as of now, the fight is not bugged and the shield is reduced. Okay. There's a further response on that one. Where is it? It is here. I've seen this thread alone. Players will sometimes have very different experiences with the same fight. For example, my battle group had 0 issues with her and moved right through with revives to spare. Yet another battle group in my same alliance has been struggling hard. Regardless of my own experience, I already brought the situation to the team and voiced the negative experience of the fight many have faced. I'm not in charge of the tuning of the fight, so I can't sit here and tell you what will happen in the future, especially at 2 AM on a Monday, but we want to have fun playing our game. That's the top priority for us. Okay. In a nutshell, nothing's changed just yet. It's working as intended, which it doesn't feel like it is. I say based on different types of players' experience, but it seems like a majority are definitely feeling that this is not like a work as intended type situation. Hopefully Kabam can tune it if they feel that they're in the right with how this is turning out. Only time will tell. Kabam haven't responded back to the greater thread at the moment, say a game team member. We've had a community team member respond. We haven't had anything other than that. We'll see what happens later on, but I just want to update you on this because I know some people will be looking at this fight going, what the ape scat is going on? Well, that's what's going on. Kabam don't see there's any kind of issue at the moment, and maybe they'll change something. One Kabam member says they're kind of looking into investigating it. The other one says, it seems to be fine. So there's kind of like a bit of, I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, that's your update. Thanks for watching. Check out some other content located on screen. I'll see you soon. Oh, and check out today's MCN. Bye-bye.